Macross Shooting Insight just released for the Switch and PlayStation in English. It had a Japanese release about a year ago, so for those of us who love Macross, this is the first Macross game to officially get released in the US. So that's pretty sweet. I remember back in the 90s, if you wanted any type of Macross, gaming action, you had to look to the Palladium Books Macross RPG, which I did, played it all the time, loved the game, still have all my original books. But back to the video game. This is a unique one. Now, upon first look, it seems like just a typical shoot 'em up, but there is a bit of variety in gameplay style here that sets it apart from other similar games. You play in horizontal scrolling and vertical scrolling stages, plus overhead free roaming stages where you use one analog stick to move and the other to aim your weapon. Similar to playing games like Smash TV, kind of twin stick shooter style. And then on occasion, there's another type of stage where the camera view is directly behind your character and you can freely move up, down, left, and right while attacking and dodging the enemies. So there's kind of a lot of stuff going on here with gameplay styles. I think that's really cool. Now, as far as modes go, you have a total of 5 to choose from. Though it does appear some are locked prior to playing story mode. Not 100%, I believe all of them were locked. And I'm not sure how they unlock, if there's certain criteria, because I just played through story mode first off, and then everything was unlocked. But let's just talk about story mode real quick. So story mode allows you to choose one of 5 pilots, each using a different Valkyrie with different stats for HP, attack, speed, lock, range, evasion, and missile damage. Plus, each has a different shooting pattern. So the story mode consists of a ton of dialogue and cutscenes. Now, voiceover is all in Japanese, but the text has all been translated into English. So that's, the big change here with this release. We got English now. Now, you could play through story mode without watching the cutscenes if you wish, as you can turn them off after selecting your character. So, I guess, now it's no longer story mode, which is kind of weird. But the story can be interesting to longtime Macross fans, as it takes characters from different, Macross shows and times and puts them all into the same place and point in time. And it also takes enemies from different Macross shows and incorporates them as well. So different spans and times and eras, that type of thing. Now, each character you select will have different cutscenes and story elements as well. And they have different starting areas when you start the game. So everything's kind of a little different. It's pretty cool. Now, if you want to get the entire story, you do need to replay the game as each one of the characters. I did enjoy the cutscenes in the game, but sometimes they did seem to go on for a long time, and it just got me itching to get back into the action. So, like I said, if you don't care about that stuff, you could just turn it off, right? Now, you also have arcade mode, which is essentially story mode minus all the talking and other story elements. So yeah, just boom, play it, action, that's it. No interruptions, just keep playing. And then you have Ace Battle, which is a special boss challenge mode that is extremely challenging. And it's pretty cool. There's some unlockable stuff with that. Now, next is Boss Rush. I don't think I need to explain that, at least I hope. And then you have Area Survey, which is essentially just arcade mode, but stage select version of it. It's just, you stage select. You choose which stage you want to play. That's cool. I guess to practice, maybe? I don't know. But yeah, those are the modes. Now, as far as extras in the game, you get a gallery to look at the 3D models of all the Valkyries in their 3 different modes, and you can move them around, look at them. It's pretty cool. There's artwork. There's Macross Memories, which is screenshots from the anime episodes that you unlock from the Ace Battles. So that's kind of difficult to get all of them. Like I said, the Ace Battles is kind of challenging. Now, there's also collectible items that you find in the game that you can view. Then there's also replays you can save and watch, plus online leaderboards as well. So quite a few little extras here. Now, the game's story or arcade mode consists of 10 stages. You have multiple difficulties. Now, there's also modifiers, too. You could change the HP recovery options. You can manipulate your starting HP. This isn't a game where like you just get hit and blow up and die. You have actual HP, right? So you can manipulate that. And then also your support strike levels, you can manipulate that, which the support strike is a secondary attack. It's like you have support and just kind of fire at the entire screen. You got to build that up and you're able to use it. Now you can also change a few other non-gameplay options, like visuals from the songstresses. They are idols from the anime series, and they'll sing their specific songs, and part of the stage is giving buffs or debuffs. The debuffs are against the enemies, obviously. They only do stuff that benefits you. So if you make a certain gameplay changes, it will not allow you to upload your scores to the leaderboards, just to let you know. Only default settings are allowed for leaderboard submissions. Now, the game offers a decent amount of variety with the styles of gameplay and characters, but it can be beaten in less than an hour per playthrough. Now, boosting your weapon and keeping it max level, which, you know, as you kill enemies, you collect like these little gem type things that keeps your weapon boosted. It can make things a bit easy. And then mastering your lock-on and using your missiles, that often, you know, using them often also makes things a lot easier, especially against bosses. One thing this game has that many like it don't is an evade move. Now, you may also want to get accustomed to using that, as it will come in handy in some stages where things get out of hand. Now, if you find things difficult at first, you can change the HP recovery options. As once you die in a stage, you do have to start that stage all over again. That can be a little frustrating. You don't have to start the game all over again. You got to start the stage over again. There's no checkpoints or lives. It's just a game over, you know, so that's just kind of how it is. But you can change the HP recovery options to either none, to where your just HP just depletes as you get hit and it doesn't recover at all, or like a medium or high level of recovery as, you know, time goes on type of thing. Now, I've mentioned the gameplay and variety a couple times, but I do want to point out that I wish the over-the-head twin-stick shooter stages offered even more variety, because each time you play one, they're essentially identical. You destroy 4 weaker targets and then 1 stronger target and move on. Now, sometimes you do fight a boss in this style, and I think that is kind of cool, but I think they cheaped out on some, you know, potential here. It's cool variety, but when the variety lacks variety, it does start to get a bit monotonous. But overall, I did have a lot of fun with the game, and I love that we finally got an official Macross game released in the West. Now, they have special limited editions available at Video Game Plus, and standard edition copies available everywhere, including Amazon. So these physical editions, they release in June. The digital versions, they release first week of February, around the time my video's going live, maybe the next day. Now, I like Macross. I like shoot-'em-ups. So I like this game. Now, do you have to like Macross to enjoy this game? Maybe not, but I definitely think it helps. Now, there's a lot of fan service in the game, and if you don't know anything about Macross, I think none of it will mean anything to you. So you probably won't get as much out of it. So you probably won't want to bother with the cutscenes or stories, or it won't mean as much to you, right? So is there enough here for non-Macross fans? It's kind of hard to say. I mean, I personally don't think this is the greatest shoot 'em up ever, but it's not the worst either. It does some cool stuff. It really does. It's got some neat variety here, but it doesn't reach its full potential, I think. I'd say it's a slightly above average shooter that might get an extra point from some Macross fans. So, I mean, it tickled it for me, but will it tickle it for you? I mean, hopefully you saw my video here and it kind of helped one way or the other. But let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. Bye.